Mel with the Cockeyed Homestead. I'm going to do something a little different because it's raining and I can. I'm going to show you my, form of organization. It's called a bullet journal, and I found out about it from Farmer Meemaw. I left a link down to that video in the description. Check it out, it's awesome. But she got me started on this, and it has been the coolest idea in the world because it's totally different than having a day timer, because you can only put so much stuff and it's all printed and blah blah blah. And even if I make my own, it's just not enough. I want everything in one place. I'm being bothered by a bored dog. Did I mention it was raining? So I wanted to show you that in these journals, you have an index, which I'll show you in a second. And they have everything here and all the numbers, the page numbers. Yes, you number the pages. I do like 10 at a time. Who cares? I started doing things one way. As far as doing a weekly, you can do a monthly, you can do a daily, you can do a yearly. You can, there are so many different ways to do this. Works for me to have a daily or a weekly calendar, but everything else is in here too. And because I have page numbers, I can go directly to it. I have notes on books. I have books that I want to get. I have, well, come on, you'll see. I use a bullet journal is a new way of doing, like, instead of a day timer, this one is like incredibly more versatile, and I totally love it. I just use these dopey composition books. It doesn't matter what you do it in. Other people have done them. Look, do a search. Other people do them and they do these fancy drawings and all this stuff. Not me. I need something functional, and this does it. A bullet journal begins with the coolest part, is an index. I've done all kinds of stuff. I do like a weekly calendar, and it keeps everything that I'm going to be doing kind of there. This was stuff to accomplish. This was back in September. Plants to try. Love that. Books to read. I have 2 pages of this. Weather track. I never kept up with that. I keep up with my YouTube tracking. I have a little diary in here, but I can find anything that I'm looking for by going down my index, and yes, there's pages of it all over. And I've changed the way I do a brain dump. That's very cool. I use that like at night if I'm not tired or I need sleep but can't sleep. That's what I do. I just dump everything onto a page, go to bed, I'm good to go. I even have notes on, they did a homestead summit. It won't be until next year again, so when that comes, I'll leave, I'll let you know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I've drawn my greenhouse and what I want to do. Just all kinds of stuff. I started out doing, here's the key. A little dot is task. You X over the dot when you've completed something. This is the coolest. It's called migration. You can move things like this, forward into a later, to a later date. And that's what I'm going to videotape, which I started doing, I never kept up with. And this is what is, you have a scheduled appointment. Change that too. And then I did a to-do by month, like everything you do in January, I do in January, February, March, just all the different things that I don't have to think about because I could just go to this and you see June and July is pretty much empty. That's when I'm running around like a crazy person and trying to get things accomplished. And then I started doing the weekly like this, which, you put up here the date and all this stuff notice I've migrated everything. And I started on Monday, which wasn't good for me. But there's all kinds of different ways you can do this. Then, the plants to try. I don't know. I just put down some stuff. I don't know. Joe and I were talking about a couple of things. So then I go, these are the books I want to read. Some of them I found, or I found better books. So I got that. Then I tried this weekly, where it was 2 pages because there wasn't enough room for everything. And it worked better, but I don't know. And then, of course, here's more books for me to write. And again, I found different ones. But yeah, every time I hear about a book or whatever, I write it down so that I don't lose it like usual. And then if I've read a book and I want to take notes on it, I do it. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by whatever her name is. I took notes on that, but let's face it, I think she was a crazy person. Then I settled on this as a way of doing my weekly, and it's worked out great. It's called a Dutch door. I put my days of the week, notice I started on Wednesday, and across the top. And then, very bravely, I cut down some, took it out, and now I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and all the things that I want to get done. So, I think that was the neatest thing that I saw in my researching what to do about bullet journaling, because it sounded like such a magical thing. But Mima's right. You have to actually do what's on here. It won't work unless you like do some of it, which I do. I'm very good about that. But I got all the days of the week, and I got to Saturday, of course, and this was blank, so I just put all my goals here. But you can put anything you want. You want a habit tracker? Look up habit tracker. That's very cool. You can track different habits that you would like to accomplish, or like drink plenty of water, and you can track out all this stuff. I don't do that because I don't care. And then I went, here's another book. It's about vegetable dyes. Fascinating. But you'll also notice, if you've seen it, every page is numbered. And it's very cool. Notice that one. I just said, I don't like that. So, but every page is numbered so that when you use your index, the page is here, and you can go directly to where you want stuff, where you've saved stuff. See, I've only got one book to get.
That's why you have 13 at the library.
This is true. And this was all, I'm sorry, this was all the Homestead Summit. I was taking notes on it. But the weeklies that I did like this have been amazing. As I finished things, but I just cross out what I say, forget it. But I mean, I just was able to do this, and I can migrate stuff, bonk, into another day, write it down, and off I run. It's fantastic. I absolutely love this and all my to-dos. Now I also started doing something else. I have my days of the week across. It's there's enough room over here, though I had a blank space. So I put stuff here that I'm not going to keep track of it. Oh, I didn't put the date up here. But I need to keep track of stuff here that's happening in the future. So you could do a monthly. You could do all sorts of stuff. And it rained on me here. Let me get the pen out. But yeah, I knew about the surgery. I knew about everything. This surgery was actually Joe. She had a cath done that did no good. Yeah, we're really thrilled. Turns out it's probably nerve damage. We'll see what's going on. But I have all of this stuff, and I kept information on this so I could crochet and keep track of what line I was on. And it brings me to this week with more Dutch doors. I absolutely loved this idea. It worked great for me, but you can keep anything you want in here. What I do is I wait till I get to, like on this one, I got to 139 while I was still in my week. So I went ahead and I numbered it all the way to 149. And that way I can keep everything that I need in one place. Oh, I'm so happy to have this, and it was thanks to Farmer Mima that I knew about a bullet journal, and I went everywhere and started researching, and wow, there's a lot of information out there. If you have ADHD, I'll leave a link to another site. It's awesome for those who have to deal with ADHD and yada yada. But there's all kinds of YouTube channels for bullet journals. Please do a search and find your favorite and find different things you can do, because this has been a lifesaver. So, that's the bullet journal. My bullet journal. And I've got drawings in here. They're awful. If you go online and do a search, you'll find fancy dancy stuff, and if you want to do that, have at it. I don't care if it's fancy dancy. I don't care what it's gorgeousness, and I don't care. You saw, I have a pen, I have a notebook. You know, I write everything down that I need to do. You can do by day, by week, by month, by year. You can do anything you want. I suggest you do a search on YouTube for bullet journal. Check it out. It's awesome. There's tons of information out there. That's how I found out about the Dutch door. But I keep everything in here. Notes on books. A diary. No, you can't see it. Not that there's anything fascinating in it, but no. I've got everything in here. I keep tons of information in this bullet journal. And it has been a lifesaver. Thank you, Farmer Mima! And that is my bullet journal video. This has been Mel with the Cockeyed Homestead. Y'all have a blessed day.